Yes, guys, welcome to our today's class. Hope you are doing well. We are going to move forward, all right? Remember that we are doing VLANs, virtual local area networks, and today we are going to move forward, all right? So I'm going to try to share my screen in order for us to move forward, all right? So today we are going to talk about the important show comment, right? Important show comments, right? So the show comments, we are going to use them in order to discover some information related to our devices, right? You got your switch, you got your router. When you want to learn about your devices, when you want to check the configuration on those devices, you can use the show comments, right? So, and most of the time, when you are doing the configurations, make sure that you are going to check those show comments. Suppose like you are doing your lab, maybe you're connecting two computers, always go to show comments in order for you to see the current or running configurations, right? So shortly, we are going to use the show command in order to discover some information related to our Cisco devices, right? So when you want to know how your devices are configured, you can use the show comments. Non-Tokozo, please, I'm going to send to you one of the lists related to all show comments, right? And you have to print it. Maybe you can stick it on the table or maybe on the desk in order for every learner to start using them, right? For every lab you are doing, make sure that you can check the show comments. So using them, right? Now, for you to understand how to use this show command, first, I'm going to give you a scenario. So I'm going to do like a lab. From that lab, we are going to use the show commands, all right? So you have to go to your packets tracer, right? You have to do it like together with me in order for you to understand better. So I'm going to just take like a lab, and from that lab, I will explain all those show commands that will allow us to discover some information related to our Cisco devices. Remember, suppose like you want to fix a particular problem, you must know the show commands. Suppose like the computers cannot communicate, you want to know what's going on like on your devices, you have to know the show commands, right? So at the end of this session, when computers cannot talk, when your devices cannot talk, before even contacting your neighbor, before contacting your trainer, make sure that you check by using the show comments. You have to know first what are the configurations that are there on my devices, right? So you go first to your packet tracer. So I'm gonna just have maybe two computers, one side, and I can use maybe the 2960 switches, and I can connect maybe fast Ethernet 0/1, right? And this side too, right? And I need like my trunk, right? I can assign the IPs, yes, to this one, just assigning like the IPs, 192.168.1.3, and I can try to ping. I'm gonna ping this. Okay, you can see there is the communications. We can go to the next computer. I'm gonna put them like under another network, .2.2. And here the same. 192.168.2.3. And I'm gonna try to ping. Okay. So I can console to my switch, right? And when I'm done, press enter to enable, configure terminal. What I'm gonna do, I can change the host name of the switch or the name of the switch. Host name S1 flow 1. So this is like the name of my switch. So I can try to protect my console port. Line console 0. So the name of the console port. Password. I can say sys1 and login. So I can protect my line VTY, my virtual line. So as you know that somebody can access your switch remotely, we can protect it by assigning a specific password, 0 maybe to 4. Password, I can say Cisco2, and I can say login. I can exit. I can create some VLANs, maybe VLAN 10. I can create another VLAN, maybe VLAN 20, and I can exit. I can assign those 2 ports to the one of the VLAN. So interface range, first Ethernet to 0/1 up to 2. Switch port mode access. Switch port to access VLAN 10. I can exit. I can also configure the trunk port, this one. So interface, I can make it a trunk. Switch port mode trunk, and you exit. I can save my configuration, do copy, start, run. No, run start. So I'm taking the running configuration, so I'm saving it to the startup configurations, right? And you have to say yes. So you press again enter, right? Okay. So I'm done with the first switch. So I can go to the second switch. You can console again. Okay, terminal. So enable, configure terminal. We're gonna change the name, first name, switch 2, flow 2, right? We can try to protect the physical port from the switch, the line console. Line console 0. A password, I can say a Cisco3, login. I can exit. Let's try to protect the line VTY, the remote one, 0 to 4. Password Cisco 4 and login, exit. We can create some VLAN 10, VLAN 20. We can assign some port to that VLAN. So interface range to 1. Switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 10, exit. Interface, this interface, we're gonna make it a trunk. This one, it's gonna be a trunk. 0/2 or switch port mode trunk. And you exit, right? So suppose like this is, yes guys. So this is your network, right? You got your computers, you got your switches, you got your routers, right? Now, suppose that you wanna learn something, you wanna discover something, you wanna discover the configurations of your devices, your switches, your routers. What you gonna do? This is where you are going to use the show commands. So the show command are going to assist you when you wanna discover your device's configurations, right? Very easy, right? Suppose like they can call you like, there's a problem with the switch, there's a problem with the router, or maybe this guy cannot talk to this computer. What to do? You must know that. So I have to learn. So I have to discover what's going on like on the switch, what's going on like on the router by using the show commands. As I said, before even calling your neighbor, before saying why my computers cannot talk, why there is no connectivity, first you have to check by using the show commands. Don't even call first your trainer. By yourself, you must get used to what? To the show commands. As per today, when you are done with a lab or when you are configuring something, you must get used to know what is there on your devices. You configure something, go to the show command, you check if your configurations are there, right? So before even calling your neighbor, before even calling your trainer, make sure first you check by using the show command, because the show command will tell you the configurations that are there, what you did wrong, what's going on, right? So we're gonna start learning one by one, right? Okay. The first show command that you're gonna see, we are going to learn how to view running configuration, right? So when you're configuring your devices, right? When you're configuring your devices, means we are using what we call the running configuration, right? When you are saying line console, line VTY, VLAN, you are using the running configurations, right? But if you save, your configuration will go to what? To what we call the startup configuration. So your switch, your router will have two configurations, running and startup, right? Running is the one that you are currently busy typing, you're currently busy configuring. So this is the running configuration. For you to make it startup, you have to save, right? So how to view the running configuration, how to see what you are actually doing, right? Suppose like you configured like something, how to check what is there already. You can use what we call the show run. So I'm gonna use it. And you must be in privilege mode. So if you are not in privilege mode, that way you can use the do. So I'm gonna do it now. So let's say I wanna learn something about your switch, right? So what you're gonna do, Which one is burning? Yeah, you can switch it off.
Yeah, wait.
There's a button behind there. You can. Okay, guys, I'm coming. Which one? The electricity is coming from here. There's a power supply. The electricity is coming from there. No, from the switch. No. Because even if you take it from the switch, it's gonna stay. The electricity is gonna stay going. Just take that one. Yeah, okay. Now, what you're gonna do, you see here, you are not in privilege mode, but you can still use the show run, right? From here, you can say do show run because you are not in privilege mode. Do show run, but I don't want you to use this one. You can exit, you come here, you must be in privilege mode for you to use show command. But if you are not in privilege mode, you must start by saying do. So we're gonna say show run, right? So show run means you wanna see the running configurations. Okay. When you press like enter, you can see your host name, the name of the switch, right? So I made a mistake. It's flow one, but there's no problem. So this is your host name. You can learn about your interfaces, right? You can see there is first Ethernet 0/1, and these interfaces is belong to VLAN 10. You can see that it's waiting as the access port. You can see first Ethernet 0/2. So from here, you will know which port is associated to which VLAN, right? You can learn about what? You must keep pressing enter. You can see that this interface is a trunk, right? You can see that your interface VLAN 1, there is no IP, right? You can see your line console 0. You can see the password. You can see your line V2I. You can see the password, right? So this is how you can learn few things about your device. You can discover some of the configurations. Sometimes maybe you're using the wrong password. How will you know? How will you know which interface working as a trunk? Which interface is belong to a specific VLAN, right? Sorry guys, I'm recording. So this is how you can use this comment, right? So when you are doing the configurations, when there is no communication, you can get used to show run, right? This is how you can use this comment. Don't even call somebody, because when you want to troubleshoot something, the switch gonna be there, sitting there. So, and it's you must come with your laptop, you consult to the switch, and you go to the privilege mode, you say show run. Show run will tell you, and you will know where is the problem, right? Okay, now we're gonna move to the second one, right? But there's an exercise that you have to complete, guys. You're gonna tell me what is your host name, what is your line console password, what is your line V2I, what is the nature of this interface. So is it an access port or is it a trunk port? The same as here, right? What you cannot get from here, you can get it from somewhere else. Now we're gonna move to the second one, how to view the startup configurations. So as I told you, when you have Cisco devices, we do have two configurations: running configuration and startup configurations. The running configuration is the one that you are busy configuring, right? When you save it, it's become a startup configuration, right? So I can even say it here. Running config saved becomes what? The startup configuration, right? So you can so use it by saying what? Show start, right? Or show startup config, right? When you exit, you can just say show start, right? You can see that what they are saying, there is no startup configuration. Why? Because you never saved the one that you are busy typing, the one that you are busy configuring. That way, there is no startup configuration. For you to have the startup configurations, you have to save your running configurations, all right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna say copy, run, we're gonna take the running configurations and save it to the startup. The startup is the one when you boot up your switch will come with the startup configuration, the configuration that will allow it to start from the beginning, right? The configuration that will come when you put on your device. So when you save your configurations, the configuration will go to the startup configurations. So we're gonna save it. So we're gonna say copy, run, start. So this is like a shortcut, right? Right? We're gonna ask you, do you want to do it or the destination file name? Just say yes. And from here now you can say show start. So from you can see now the startup configurations. You see? So what does it mean now here? So when you're gonna reboot your switch, even like tomorrow when you come, those are the configurations that are going to be there because you saved them, right? So you can use a shortcut or you can use a longer one, right? The longer one is for saving. So for saving, you're gonna use this one. A copy, run start, or copy running a config, startup config. So this one is a shortcut, right? This one. So just shortcut, but you can use the longer one also, yeah. This one. All right. Okay, let's move to the third one. So this one is not about show. I wanted just to show you how you can remove VLANs created. Suppose that you create a VLAN and you are mistaken, you can take that VLAN out, right? Let's do it. Suppose like I'm gonna create a VLAN, maybe VLAN 40, right? For me to see this VLAN, I can say do show VLAN brief, just to see so if this VLAN has been created. Press enter. You can see here VLAN 40 is here, right? I can try to remove it. Maybe there's a mistake or I don't want it. You just say no. No VLAN 40. You put no VLAN 40. And when you say again, do show VLAN brief, you press enter, you are going to see that there is no VLAN 40. This is how to remove a VLAN, right? So we're gonna move to the third one. No, the third is done, all right? How to remove an IP address, right? Because many students, they got problems sometimes when they assign a wrong IP, they don't know how to remove it. So I'm gonna assign like an IP to an interface. I will show you how to remove it, all right? You just go here, you say maybe interface VLAN 1. My IP address is 192.168.1.1. My subnet mask, right? When I'm gonna say do show run, just to check, you're gonna see from here. When you keep, yeah, you can see from here, my interface VLAN 1 got like an IP address. But suppose like I don't want it, or maybe there's a mistake, or maybe the wrong IP, so I wanna take it out. So what I'm gonna do, you must go back to that specific interface VLAN 1. If it's fast Ethernet, you're gonna say interface fast Ethernet 0/1 or 0/2. Now I'm gonna say, I'm gonna bring, what is it? Yeah. Now I'm gonna say no. No means I'm taking it out. you press enter. So when you're going to say again, do show run, you're going to see that there is no that IP anymore. You see, the interface VLAN1 doesn't have an IP address. This is how to remove. You go to that interface, press enter, or interface space gabit 0/5, press enter, and you say no IP, right? Now we're gonna move to how, okay, you're gonna see how you can view the details of a specific interface. Suppose like you wanna learn about a specific port, specific interfaces. You wanna learn how that interface is configured, all right? You wanna learn, you wanna discover some information related to a specific interface, right? You can just say do show, you precise that interface. Or in privilege mode, there is no do. Remember that. So I'm gonna do it. All right. Okay, let me go. I can exit. Okay, let me be in privilege mode. So I want to put do. I can say show interface. Okay, so I'm gonna learn about what? This interface, this one. So I wanna learn, I wanna know what are the configuration of this interface. You can see that there are so many information there. So the first one, show me that the cable is plugged. So, and there is a connectivity. So the protocol is up. You're gonna see my MAC address. So this is the MAC address of the device. You can see the speed of that port, right? So there are so many information that you can learn from here. Like here, 100 megabit per second is the same as 100,000, right? So this is how you can learn something about your interface. Maybe the interface is off, maybe there's a problem on that interface. When you want to learn something about the interface, you can just say show space interface, you precise the name of the interface, right? Now, there is an exercise here, right? Oh, okay. Let me give you an exercise. I can just try. Oh, okay. So after this one, you can see the exercise. They're asking you to create 5 VLAN and to delete them. They want you to use a 2960 switch. You have to assign like an IP address, and you have to provide the status of those interfaces by using this command, right? And you have to complete this table. What is the MAC address of this interface? What are the duplex mode? What is the bandwidth? The protocol, is it up or not? So they want you just, sorry guys, sorry. They want you to learn about those interfaces, like in terms of their MAC addresses, their duplex mode, a bandwidth or protocol, right? Number 7, sometimes you wanna see the details of all your interfaces. You wanna learn about all your interfaces. You wanna see the configurations of all your interfaces, of all your ports, right? From here, you can say, so what you're gonna do, you just say, show interfaces. I like the shortcut. Yeah, show interface status. You see, from here, you will know, right? Show interface the status, you're gonna see the port. First column shows you like the port numbers. Second one shows you the port that are connected to a specific switch. You're gonna see like those two, they are connected, but others are not connected. You can see the VLAN where those two belongs. You can see the duplex, it's automatic, the speed, it's automatic, and the type, right? Now, when you go here, there is my exercise where they're asking you like the status of this port, what is the duplex mode, what is the speed, and what is the type. You're going just to complete for me this table. Number 8, they want you to determine whether an interface is an access or a trunk port. Suppose like you want to know if one of the interface is an access port or a trunk port. What you're gonna do? Very easy. You go back again. All right. I can just okay. You can just be there. You say show interface. Maybe this one. You wanna learn about this one. Switch port. Show interface first Ethernet 0/1. Switch port. When you press like enter, you will see some information related to that port. You can see the port is enabled. You can see that it's static, like access, right? You can see that it's belonging to VLAN 10, right? You can see so many informations there. You can see the encapsulation type, right? And you have also the exercise here that asks you the access mode, the operational mode, the voice VLAN. You have just to complete, right? Number 9, when you wanna know the status of all your trunk links, you can just type show interface trunk. Very easy. When you are here, you just say show interface trunk. Sorry. You can see that this port, the mode is on, the encapsulation type, and you can see the trunking, right? From you can see even the VLANs that are like allowed on this particular port, right? So this is how you can know, you can learn about your trunk port. You just go to a particular switch, you type show space int trunk. So when you are doing like a troubleshooting, you must know like all those details. Maybe you are wrong somewhere. Maybe there's a trunk problem. You configured the wrong interface. How to know about it, right? Let's go to number. So this is my exercise. Now, remember that we did configured VTP, virtual trunking protocol. How to check your virtual trunking protocol? You can only say what? Show VTP status. You know what is a VTP, right? But we are going to talk about it later on, right? You can just go here. You said show VTP status. You want to learn about your VTP. You want to discover some information related to your VTP configurations, right? Yeah, you can see that this switch using version 1 up to 2, you can see that this switch is a saver, so it's operating like a saver mode. You can see like the number of VLANs and so on, right? Go to the exercise to try to fill like some of the questions, but later on you are going to learn more. So if you have a problem with VTP, you know the comment, show space VTP status. You will learn about your VTP configurations, right? Let's go to the next one. You have an exercise, you have to fill this table, right? Number 11, how to view VTP statistical information and the error, right? You can say show VTP counters. You're going to practice it. Number 12, how to change the speed of an interface. When you have a switch, those ports will have their own speed. Sometimes you can keep them using the automatic, or maybe you can precise your own speed. You can say maybe this port will operate using a 10 megabit per second, or maybe 100, or maybe 1000. So automatic means those two ports are going to negotiate, the sending and the receiving port. If you have like two switches. So if this one is automatic and this one is automatic, So fast Ethernet 0/1 on this one is like automatic. Fast Ethernet 0/5 like automatic. They are going to negotiate about the speed, right? But how to configure the speed of a particular port or interface? Suppose like suppose like I want this one. Okay, first let's check. Suppose like I want my interface to use a 10 megabit per second, right? First, let's check which speed is using. Do show run? No, do show interface. You're gonna see that the speed is what? It's 100 megabit per second. I can change it. So I can say speed 10. Let's enter. And you're gonna say again, do show. Sorry guys. I can say again, do show. Sorry. What's going on? Okay, you're gonna see that now your speed is changing to 10 megabits per second. You can see here your switch is operating, or that port is using full duplex. You can also like change it to half duplex. I'm gonna explain it later on. You can say duplex, you can say half duplex. And when you're gonna say do show interface, you're gonna see that it's here. It's now in half duplex mode, right? Let's go to the next one. So you can try to complete for me this one. You can configure as by this table. So how to change, to explain about it. Now, the next one, how to view the guys, what's going on? How to view IP information for all your interfaces. Suppose like you got like 10 interfaces or 10 ports, you can try to know their IP configurations, right? Just by doing this. Show IP interface brief. You can say show IP interface brief, right? From here, you can see that you have those two ports, those two interfaces, but there is no IP on the switch, but they are up and the protocol is up, right? Let's see another one. You can fit for me this table also, but if you're using the IPv6, you can use this command, all right? For IPv6. Yeah, so I will stop here, guys, and I will continue maybe later on with 15, 17, and 18, because some of them don't work on packet tracer. We have to use GNS3. So guys, so I've explained about 14. Make sure that you are going to go and practice, right? Thank you very much. We are going to meet next time.